What is up, guys? Somebody's Gun here, and we're going to be looking at how to play high ground in duos. We're going to be watching Cented and Mero as they win this match from the high ground. They take it in the first moving zone, and then we go on to see them play out this game, and I will talk through how exactly they win it, how they hold it, and some things you guys can use and take away from this video. So I hope you enjoy it, and make sure you like and subscribe. Let's get right to it. The first thing I want to talk about is when to take high ground in duos. We have to understand that it's much different than trios, where in trios you could easily hold high ground in 4th, maybe even 5th if you pull back-to-back zones, but in duos you have 1,500 less materials to work with. Therefore, this means you need to be smarter with your builds, and you also have to be more tactical with your taking of the high ground. In this case, we see Cented is going to look up, find high ground is absolutely free, and then just pad onto height and play height from this position onward. Now, this is exactly what I would recommend to do it, and the time is going to vary. You can take it as early as first moving, or look for opportunities in second or third moving zones to weaken and then take high ground. In this example, no one is really going to contest, and that is because of the effective pressure from Cented and Mero. But overall, you can look for and take high ground at any point in the game. If anyone tells you otherwise, they are wrong. But the best times are going to be in moving zones when there is either no high ground team or a weakened high ground team. Now that we're on high ground, we need to talk about how you can hold it. And this is really important, especially because of the extended game and the longer distance of moving zones in this chapter. The big piece of holding high ground is going to be identifying key enemies that could potentially take it. And you also want to make sure that you're spreading out, having a multitude of different angles and claiming all the space on height, not leaving an opportunity. In this case, Mero and Cented are going to just pad forward onto the highest position below them, aka second height, and then reestablish their high ground from there. This allows them to save materials and then also puts multiple builds in between them and the second height team. They've identified this and will consistently play with Cented in the front of the tarp, holding the high ground, and then Mero on the backside, sometimes playing an ultimate height position, but not always. He's just playing on the backside, making sure that no one is going to pop up behind them and protecting his tarper, aka Cented, on the front side of zone. Cented and Mero do a really good job of what I call covering the zone. They have one person on the front side, one on the back, and then they're looking and identifying the targets below. Now, this may seem like a very simple piece, but this team does it well. They identify their potential weaknesses or the teams that could be looking to take high ground and really focus on them. The interesting part about this duo is as they're running out of ammo, they're ever so more careful with the shots that they're taking to be strategic with those shots and make sure every single one counts. There's a lot of good players in this lobby, and they could be looking for high ground, but what is working out really well for Mero and Cented is they're staying significantly higher above than teams would like them to in order to take or retake high ground. Mero and Cented have at least 2 to 3 layers of separation, which give them time, as well as Cented is constantly connecting, so it's not like they could just easily be shot down and then someone takes out height. They are double layering as well as connecting on a regular basis, which makes their high ground quite strong and allows them to hold it and keep it throughout this game. The trigger discipline on these two is extremely strong as they start to run out of ammo. Both of them don't have a ton of ammo to just continue spraying, so they really slow down and make their shots count. And instead of just holding down the trigger until both of them are completely out of ammo, one of the most important things is to save a clip. You never know when you're going to need those last few bullets, and both of them are saving at least a clip to allow themselves to put pressure back or pressure a team that's coming up without actually spending all of their ammo. This is extremely smart and something you guys should do if you're trying to hold high ground. Cented and Mero aren't just going to give up and allow themselves to get overtaken on height. They're not just going to sit back and let everyone else do the work. They're going to go engage and look for refreshes, try and end this game in their own hands. We see them start to pressure people, and then all of a sudden that pressure turns into a high ground retake. But because these two are so confident in playing one another, they understand the angles, the pressuring, the pinches that they can put on. They are quickly able to eliminate opponents, give themselves some more ammo, some more materials, and extend their time on height. Now it becomes time to try and close out and win this match. It's no longer just playing high ground like you think you know it. It is go layer by layer, eliminating any opponents you find on each and every layer until there's no more layers or any opponents left. This is the most strategic way to do this. You're going from the top down, and essentially if you don't get every single eliminations, worst case scenario, a player is going to come up to you and take high ground. But best case scenario, what winds up happening most of the time when pressure is coming from up above, players start to drop down and it causes infighting between the rest of the teams in the lobby, and you just get to sit back and watch this happen while you rack up the points and maybe even potentially more eliminations. It's one of the best ways that I've seen to close out games, and these two do it perfectly to a T how I would draw it up. Just go layer by layer, close out this lobby, force the fighting down below, grab a couple more elims, and show off your stuff. These two play high ground so well, and I just wanted to show you guys how exactly it's done. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If it was, make sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching. My name is Somebody's Gun, and I will see y'all next time.